Hello, 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 Aquarius. How are you guys? I didn't forget you, I promise. I was so tired last night when I got done with readings. I didn't have any more in me, and I apologize. Usually I have these out by Friday night, so I apologize. So you guys should have a good reading because I'm all energized and getting ready to do a live a part 2 of 4 for empath, to teach and give tools and education about empath and empath abilities and things like that. So if you are around from 5 o'clock, I have that coming up live. So if you catch this before 5 o'clock, it's Saturday Pacific time, pop in and say hello. And the only way I think you'll know I'm on is if you hit subscribe and that bell, it'll tell you I'm on live. But if you go to Divine Warrior Intuitive at 5 o'clock, you should be able to see me there. So let's get started, Aquarius. How you guys? I hope you had a good week. I hope you had a good week. Energies are really changing for September. This is for September 1st through the 5th. Sorry, I've got notes from my other thing going on. 1st through the 6th. So I do those on the month. So we actually are going to have just sort of a 6-day instead of 5 or 7 days because of the way the month ended. And YouTube does theirs a little bit differently. So we're going through, I do mine Monday through Sunday because a lot of things change. As you know, I do them weekly. So, and that's because energies change. And if you make a decision that the divine wanted you to go the other way, then the whole energies change. So that's how that is. So we got the first out of the chute is, or out of the thing is, I can't say shoot, I guess. I don't know. They said something about it. But anyway, mainstream. And I'm going to read that one because I have not had that one come up for a while. And then we have strength. We definitely have strength. So let's see what mainstream is about. I haven't had that for a long time. So this reminds me, this picture, just so you know. Now, I've been in Africa, and I had an African husband for a short time, very short time. But anyway, this reminds me of the story he told me that they believe that there is actually water coming from the sky. There's literally just a waterfall from the sky. There is nothing behind it, nothing under it, nothing. I don't know, maybe it's true, but I sort of wonder. They believe WWE is real, so I don't know. But it is a very interesting picture. So magic stream. Let's find out what that is about, because these two energies, that and strength, are your energies for the 1st through the 6th. So let's find out what that's at. And they both came in the upright. So for the magic stream, every experience you have seems to have its own life story with a beginning, a middle, and eventually an end. However, there is danger in seeing events as separate from one another, which would make sense because we are all connected. Everything is connected, whether people want to believe it or not. Since the fact that are all part of a continuity and a great evolution. So like an ever-flowing magic stream, your experiences filter through the whole world, one leading to another, informing and influencing still more. Inspiration, invention, revelations rarely come to just one person. The collective awareness is shared storehouse of potential, which is very true. And what I teach in my spiritual coaching classes or empath classes or coaching sessions, or even in life balance, everything is connected. And if we really pay attention to our lives, and maybe this week is supposed to be what you're supposed to be doing, you will actually, if you sit down for a minute and go back through your life, no matter what age you are. Even my daughter does this, and she's 25, and she's like, wow, I didn't see that. I didn't understand that. Or really, that's all connected? That's all connected. So I have a degree in health and fitness, and I went back to teaching that again this year, but I was like, why? But I have been preparing myself all my life for that without even knowing it. So I learned about the food industry. I went to college and got a nutrition degree, which I wanted to do in sports nutrition and bodybuilding and yada, 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 yada. And everything came to me being a teacher. Well, did I know that that was going to happen? No. So that's what this is talking about in this next week. Now, what do we need strength for? We're going to find that out with the cards. So, but I have an idea what this is going to be for. But with your magic stream this next week, maybe sit down with a piece of paper and pencil and see where your dots in your picture connect, because it will make a picture of your life, but you'll also see the dots connect to a very interesting thing. Things are not of coincidence. Things are, when you fall into a person or somebody into your life, or maybe you go somewhere. I lived in Japan for years. So where is that connected? I'm still trying to figure that one out. But my journey is not over yet, right? Although starting September, I'll be a travel agent part-time. So maybe I'm going back to Japan for a while. Who knows? So let's see what you guys have. Let's see what Magic Stream has to give to you and strength. Here's the thing where I think strength is coming in, because it takes a lot of energy to sit down and figure out and actually want to think about your life, because most people run from it. So getting that strength within to actually see where the divine is putting all these dots and connections together. Now, if you don't believe in God or the divine, the universe, or whatever you want to believe in, you will see the dots are being connected. It is not a coincidence about anything that happens in your life. And that's why I do these readings weekly, because like I said, if the divine wants you to go this way, but you choose to go this way, it changes all the energies. And then he's sort of like, oh, crap, now I got to go follow her over here when I wanted her to go over here. Does that make sense? So that's the thing of why not everybody reads weekly, but I do for that reason. Because then you come back next week and like, oh, I should have went that way. Now what do I do? And that's what it's for. So we are given the Wheel of Fortune. So again, there's another dot coming up that you are going to be connecting with. So this is really great. And there's going to be some opportunity and choices for you to do that. Now, the strength part in that is going to be, which do I do? Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart, my spirit? And I can tell you what to do, but that's between you and the divine, because that's your journey. And then there's going to be something ending. So something's going to end. And this could be a good thing, that maybe you have to make a sacrifice or a decision, or maybe this is something that's going to be coming up that you're like, maybe I feel like somebody's been trying to, on the fence, like, should I quit? Should I not quit? Or should I do it? Should I not do it? And then now you're like, now I know, just to go ahead and do it. Just get it done so that you can connect that next dot, because this has to end before this can get started. I'm surprised these didn't come this way, but they didn't for a reason. So let's find out why. I think it's the reason to give you the strength, which you're going to do, because something has to end before another door opens. I even share that with people. It's like, I know you say that. One door's got to close. Or, yeah, it's just the way it works, you know. Or we have to sacrifice something. And I just had a lady friend, I feel her pain. Being an empath, I feel a lot of people's pains. But she gave up. She had to give up her horse for her because she physically couldn't take care of it anymore. But she didn't want to give it up. But the physical pain is causing her that she won't be able to take care of it. And I had to do that this year with my horse. And it's horrible to sacrifice something to get something else. But we can't see it at the moment. We can't see that dot. A lot of the times we cannot see that dot until a little bit later. And then you're like, oh. So I couldn't see, I lost my dog and my horse almost within weeks of each other. My 13-year-old dog choked and died, and then my horse was 16, and he was my best friend, my buddy, my grounding. So a lot of pain and loss, but I knew the divine was working on something. I could feel it. I knew since November things were going to happen in a 3 or 4 months. Something's coming up in 3 or 4 months. I couldn't figure it out, couldn't figure it. And now come December, late December, boom, 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 the downloads and everything, because I followed through with what the divine wanted me to do. And then my abilities began to explode and open up and awaken hugely. And I could see what he wanted me to do. And that's what this is for you. That's what this is for you. You're going to need strength. If you have abilities out there, this is going to be strength for you to come forward, be okay with them. I'm getting goosebumps for somebody out there. So if you have an ability that you've been questioning, you should check in on at 5 o'clock on our my live. And if you missed the live, watch the replays of Living as an Empath. And that's live at 5 o'clock. And maybe you'll get some answers there. But somebody's got an ability that they're afraid to share. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so something is ending, but it's somebody's holding back. Somebody's holding back and making it move slowly. So don't be afraid to let something go, to let something else in. Could be a job. It could be a relationship. It could be a move. It could be anything. Having a child, a fear of having a child, that kind of thing. But it is a slow process, whatever this is that's coming up. This dot that's going to need to be connecting, it's a slow process. All right. It's not going to be an immediate, like, oh my gosh, I'm panicking. I don't know what to do. It's moving too fast. It's moving too fast. It's not going to be one of those. And it's going to be strength to have patience. That's it. He just said strength to have patience. You're going to have that willpower and that strength to have patience while this change is coming. He says, while I get things prepared. I don't know who that's for. And trust me, a lot of people say, you know, like if I'm doing a reading, well, what was that? What was that you said? Once I'm done with a reading, it's gone. It's not for me. And a lot of people don't understand that about intuitive people and empaths, and even a medium that's bringing somebody through, a spirit through. It is not for us, so we don't remember a lot. So that's why if somebody's going to do a reading to record it, because we won't remember it. We won't remember any of our readings, any of our intuitive sessions, because if divine comes through or a spirit comes through, our ancestor or relative, that's not for us. That's for you guys. So we have the 10 of Wands, which is burden. So it could be that you've been carrying a burden, or a burden needs to be released, and that burden could be this here. Or it could also mean that you're not going to be carrying it alone anymore. So I would say that you're not going to be carrying whatever it is alone anymore, because this was in the very beginning. So something that you're going to be releasing so that you can gain that dot-to-dot connection. Now, the releasing is going to be hard for somebody. I don't know what Aquarian out there is, because you're not a good receiver. Sorry, but you're not. So you're like me. I'm a giver. So I really have a hard time receiving or even asking for help. But you've got it. Whatever it is that you need, you've got it. So don't be afraid to, if this is somebody actually, So 10 of Pentacles. So this is coming. Remember, I said this dot to dot is coming. We're going to connect the dots. This is coming. And the 10 of Pentacles, of course, is all about, this is a harvest of everything. Of finance, of love, of unconditional love, of peace, of joy, everything. And again, it's right after. So some burden is going to be lifted up and released for you, whatever that is. And remember, this is the 1st through the 6th. So remember, we're connecting the dots, whatever is going on from the 1st through the 6th. So whoever comes into your life, pay attention to that. Whatever event is happening, pay attention to that, because there's something in those that you're going to be connecting dots with. The strength is for you to have the patience to figure that out. All right. Whoop. Oh my gosh, too many cards. But that's what they gave me. That's what I got to work with. Okay, so 6 of, and again, another victory card, another good card. So things are going to come your way. Things are changing. I've got goosebumps. Things are changing. And remember I said that support is there. You're just afraid to ask for it. Well, there it is. So there is this card of burden. You know, whether it's your burden, whether somebody else's, maybe you're trying to help somebody, they're afraid to accept the help. You just need to plow in there and help them. Because here, everybody's watching and it's yes, 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 yes. Needs to happen. Yes, yes. Again, we got the strength card. So this is going to take strength for somebody to receive. Just know that. Love them, care for them, you know, empathize with them, that this is something very hard for them to receive. I know somebody who is out of work, they're out of food, but they're too, I don't think it's pride, I think it's ashamed that they don't have the strength to go and get a food box, or they're shy to get a food box because they've never been in one of those situations before. Sometimes we just need that holding hand to help guide us for that first step, just the first step. And I think that's the strength that's going to be needed here. And that is the Hermit. The Hermit is actually overlooking and watching over. So somebody is watching over and trying to help somebody. I got goosebumps. I don't know if that's you trying to help somebody or somebody trying to help you. Let them help. Or if that's you trying to help, go just step right in, because they're feeling really, really bound. They're almost feeling like a victim. They're almost feeling like, you know, this is just horrible. I don't want this to be happening to me. You know, why is this happening to me? I was watching AGT, America's Got Talent, and this this homeless group of choir, if you ever watched it, you know who I'm talking about. But they did a little story on this 60-year-old man who is with the homeless choir, and they did his little story of how he was worked hard all his life, had a good family, you know, he's finally out on his own, but he ended up homeless, and he was showing the spots where he used to sleep until he got in with this choir, and then they found, they worked together and they found him a little studio home, apartment. But those kind of things, it's at ages, especially if you know somebody older, it's our age. I'm 60. It's really hard for me to accept help at this age. I should be in a better place. So understand that it does take a lot of strength, whether you are the one helping or you are the one receiving. It's more harder to receive than to give. And when you are the giver, remember that they do feel ashamed. They do feel like a victim. So lift them up. Make them be a light worker for somebody. Be an empath with empathic abilities, intuitive empathic abilities. All right. So I just, for whoever that was for, it just poured out. I thank you, Divine, or whoever brought that through. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Woo. Oh, yeah. So the Queen of Pentacles, she's very independent. She's very career oriented. So maybe this person is been independent, maybe an independent mom, independent dad, maybe this person, but they were financially set, or somebody was financially not set, but they had it where it was going good until this COVID hit. And it moved really, really fast. So it's moving really, really fast for somebody. I feel real despair for somebody out there. There is somebody in real despair. I can't get this card out of my head. This despair. If you don't have anybody, you reach out to me. You reach out to me and email me. If there's somebody watching and because this is heavy. This is a real heavy feeling. But something came in super, super fast for somebody. And the communication, too, was not there. It should have been there, but it didn't. It's sort of like, when I say something like that, I mean like somebody got fired out of the blue. Had no idea it was coming. Boom. Sorry, but we're going to let you go. What? You know, in that sense. All right. Woo. The Hangman. And the Hangman came actually in reverse. That's reverse for the Hangman. Normally it's this way. So he came in reverse. So somebody is actually not very insightful about what's going on around them. They might be a little confused about what's going on around them. So this week, you know, just maybe pay attention to the people that are around you if this is not you, because the divine is wanting you to connect a dot with somebody to maybe lift them up, help them. Actually, maybe, and it doesn't have to be help them financially. Maybe you know a resource that they don't know because they can't see it right now. They can't see it. Something came in so fast that blinded them. And if somebody passed away, you know, and their family member or child or somebody close passed away, sometimes that can blindside us. I know when my brother was murdered, blindsided me. It did, it didn't. I mean, it blindsided me at that moment because, as I tell in the Life of an Empath, the video or the live video that I'm going to be doing at 5 o'clock today, the first one was telling about his murder and how I had predicted that, being an empath. Then we're going to continue that story at 5 o'clock as Life and Empath on that live one. So again, if you're just dropping in, these are videos of 4 series videos. You can hit subscribe and the bell, and it will tell you when I'm on live doing these, so you can grow your abilities or understand them at least, if you have any, or if you're questioning if you are an empath. So, but it came blindsided. You know, my mother, I mean, I knew it was coming. I just didn't know when. But when it does hit you, it's like you just got plowed over like a bulldozer. Semi-truck just hit you. Blam. You're splattered. All right. So anyway, I don't know who this is for. There's a lot of things going on here. And I think one is for somebody to connect with somebody that maybe they don't know about yet. I just don't feel like you know them quite yet. Or maybe it's just somebody you've bumped into, or you've just gotten to know, something like that. If this isn't you. And the divine's asking me to share, sometimes we don't even know. If we don't step out of our box and ask people, how are you doing? You know, tell me really truthfully, how are you doing? Is everything okay? And look them in their eyes, because their eyes will tell you the truth. They may lie out of shame. There's so many people living in their cars right now because of the COVID and being homeless. You would never, ever even know it. Why I know? I was homeless and nobody had a clue. I went from homeless to being a business owner in 1 year, and nobody had a clue I was homeless. Nobody knew. My daughter, I made her stay at her dad's, and I was living out of my car. And one winter when I had my business, 9 families were living out of 2 parking lots, out of a Safeway and a Fred Meyer's, a Kroger, or whatever you are, parking lot. And those kids were going to school. Nobody ever knew. The only way somebody would know if those kids went to school really, really hungry, and the cafeteria would know. Yeah. Yeah, somebody's losing a bunch of sleep. They're scared. They're terrified. Somebody just doesn't know what to do. And can you imagine being in that position if that's not you? It's terrifying. It is just terrifying. But there is a solution. There is always, always, always a way. Now, this must be for somebody else because we have the Lover's card, unless it had to do with something ending this week. I don't know if anybody's ending a relationship or a friendship or a marriage, but that is separate from this other reading. So that one there, and contemplating about life. they're thinking about their future. They're thinking about, I think these cards go together here. This is what I'm getting and what I'm feeling. Somebody's contemplating, they're bored. They want something new, something fresh. So they're thinking about their future, maybe even a little bit of travel. I'm going to be a travel agent. So if you need some travel vacation plans, so just let you know, just that might be something to separate. But this other thing that's going on, there's a dot-to-dot connection. For those of you that are just coming in, just a refresher on that. So the magic stream is we're connecting dots this next week. Something is coming up that is good, but somebody out there is needing help, whether that's you or somebody else, and they can't see it. And it's going to take strength to receive the help, because the burden, again, is very heavy. And they need to know that, that the burden is going to be relieved, because there are lots of resources out there. There's a lot of things that we can do, and it's coming. This is good. This is a good thing, because there's some peep out there that is watching. I know my daughter would say, Mom, would you stop using that? That's so old. Peeps. And my peeps. Anyway, so that's where that is. Yeah, so that's huge. And they can't see it, because in reverse, the Hangman's in reverse. They can't see what's going on. They can't even see what's in front of their eyes. They can't even grasp. Like, if somebody lost a job, somebody had a death. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. All right. So let's see what else we've got going with this dot-to-dot connection. Divine, is there anything else or anyone that you want to send through that I have missed on anything, please? I understand about this couple. I don't know why you threw them in at the very end, but apparently somebody out there might be going through a separation, might be going through some thoughts of leaving. Not sure why that is coming. Page of Pentacles. We got the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is an offering. Now, the Page of Pentacles can be, maybe this is a resource that this other person needs to know. There is resources. Page of Pentacles is an offering of career, offering of a new offering of career, could be school. But this is something fresh and new, but it has to usually to do with money. So it has to do with maybe school, career, something that you have to either make money from, or you're going to be given money too. And we do that with school or college, don't we? But there's this offering here. So maybe whatever this person is going through, they did lose a job, maybe. I'm not sure. That might be for one person there. But again, please just know somebody out there around you is, they're scared. They're scared. All right. So let's see, Divine, again, is there anything else or anyone that you would like to help me come through to share anything before the end of this reading? This is a time, if you have questions, if you want to come in and ask a question, say hello, where you're from. I love to get to see my viewers, what's going on with my viewers. And again, a time to subscribe if you want to see me at 5 o'clock live, or if you want to get any of my live readings, because you can ask questions in the readings, and hit the bell so you're notified whenever I'm on live. I do a lot of live. I think it's really important to reach out and touch your viewers, basically. That you get the energies that way. You know, people say, can you really get energies through text and all that? Oh, yeah. I'm one of those empaths that I can't some days even touch the computer. If I touch the computer, my fingers start tingling and the whole thing goes all kerfuffle, and same with my phone. If I touch the buttons, I can feel the energies. I can feel the vibrations. I can feel vibrations of the phones, and it drives me nuts, because when I'm typing sometimes, then everything starts, if I'm really going fast, the energy start going. I can't stay on the computer and my phone. It's just like, I have to ask my daughter, would you please type this so I can, because I can't. Around crystals, A lot of energy, a lot. I keep this one here to keep me grounded a little bit. It's just a good grounding for me. Otherwise, I can go really crazy. But don't put me in a crystal room. Don't put me in a huge aquarium, and I'll come out higher than a kite. So, all right. So, Divine, is there anything else, please, that you want to share with Aquarius? No. Okay. Oh, okay. So I'm being asked to pull an oracle again. Don't know why. Maybe there's a final message that they want to share. Yeah, we got the Lovers card again. So something's going on with lovers out here. Something's going on with lovers out here. Got a double Lovers card. Something's moving fast with that. Oh, maybe somebody's getting married. Moving fast. Hey, will you marry me? Let's go get married in Vegas next week. You know, that kind of thing. Ace of Pentacles. Pentacles, more money. Five of Swords. Five of Swords. No swords up here. And King of Wands. King of Wands. Just about, mainly about, I don't think you're supposed to even be in here. Ace of Pentacles, Five of Swords. Five of Swords is, getting away with something. Maybe that has to do with this couple. Somebody's trying to get away with something. Little fighting action or something like that. So, but let me pull the oracle and let me plug you guys in before I go, as I'm getting ready to do this. Oops, 5 o'clock here. This is a lot longer than I expected, but hey, this is what's needed. This is what's needed. All right, you want me to pull an oracle? Please tell me which oracle. Okay. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. So I can see why they would pull this one, because it has to do with, you know, fear. Don't be afraid. You know, that somebody needs to pull their bootstraps up and be the leader for somebody. So in this dot-to-dot connection, who's your leader? Maybe for one, or who are you helping lead? And that takes strength. So that's what they're wanting you to do. Make sure that one, you're following the leader, or you be the leader. One of those two. I don't know who that's for. I hope that was helpful. And this is a lot of cards and a lot of information. But something this week, just notice on and write some notes down. Connect the dots, figure it out, and you will actually, I would love to know next week what kind of dots that you guys connected. So that would be really, really cool. But hopefully this resonated with somebody. Usually it resonates with someone or someone's, at least part of it does. So intuitive tarot, I don't know about other readers, but I will get many, many different messages in a reading. So I might be talking about one thing and blam, switch to another thing and blam, switch to another thing, only because it is subjective to who is needing to hear the message on the other end. It's not about me. So I'm just the messenger. So I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you can get notifications, and come and see me at 5 o'clock live when I talk about life of an empath. And you definitely can ask questions there and watch some interesting, or listen to some interesting stories, and hear about my brother's life. I would love to share that. All right, take care. Bye-bye, Aquarius. Love you guys.